Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, welcome. Another great day for EVE Online. And so, I want to kind of highlight something right off the bat here. And that is that I am a firm believer in standings in the game. Standings are actually very important, especially if you're in commerce, because I looked last night and I've got the most money I've ever had on my character here at one time. But looking at the overview here, and yes, that number is 89 billion in sales in the last 30 days. And this is why standings matter. So if you are doing commerce, you have to pay these transaction fees. And you see these fees, the sales tax. So this person bought something for 150 million, and I paid out 5.4 million in tax. I'm assuming this was in a MAR. I do not have very good standings in a MAR. I mean, I have okay standings, but they're not like I have for Caldari. And I don't often sell stuff down in the Amar region, but I am right now selling a whole bunch of stuff down there. And it makes me, think about whether or not I should go work on my Amar standings. And so, okay, Amar Empire 4.88. You have to be a 5 to get level 4 missions. And like Caldari State for Jita, I'm at 7.51. That's okay. Should be selling out of Mordu's Legion stations. 8.02, which is all side stuff, which really does feel kind of weird that my highest faction standings are 100% from secondary effect. Isn't that kind of weird? So, well, there's a setting to delay the tooltip pop-ups. Yeah. I obviously haven't done it, but yes. So, anyway, Caldari State is the most important to me, but the Samar stuff is also important to me. And I actually would get some secondary effect onto Amar or onto Caldari by doing Amar missions. And then you see Caldari Navy, I'm 9.83 on that with this character. This is my commerce character. And I have done a bit of missioning with them, but it's I want that to be a 10. Am I going to get a 10 anytime soon? No. I have never gotten, well, I have gotten a 10 on a corporation before. It takes a lot of work. The last bit here takes a lot of work, and I'm not so worried about it because I'm going to hit that 10 as I work on my Caldari State here. Because if I do Caldari Navy missions, then they'll apply towards Caldari State. There's also a bunch of others here, like I did Modern Finances, and Modern Finances is also a Caldari based corporation, so it applies to Caldari State. For Amar, for the actual Amar station, I don't know. I also can do Sisters of Eve, but it looks like I've not done. It looks like I have no standings with the Sisters of Eve. None. I have some here, I noticed. 2.86. I'd have to work on that a little bit. So, oh, it's Nick Paw says it's Empire Family. And yeah, I don't have any Empire Family. So, you know what? I could raise that pretty quickly and pretty easily, quite a ways, in a pretty short order. So, maybe I should take one ship with me. I can search. Yes. I have nothing with Empire Family. Oh, Jove Empire, I'm positive. I wonder if the Jovian Gates are going to use any sort of standings. Made me think of that. So, so I think what I want to do is take this character down to an Amar area and get some Amar standings. It won't be too hard for me to gain quite a ways in a couple of days, you know? Drop cycle is not unlimited, no. See here, I'm going to change one thing in the stream info. The exclamation point drops to the stream title. All right. So, bottom overlay 2, no, because this is going out on YouTube as well. And while YouTube is obviously realizing I'm talking about drops, they are on Twitch. I don't want to tease them. You know, not live on Twitch anymore. Or I mean on YouTube anymore. All right, so I think that I need to take a look at a couple of ships here. I think that I want to take Go Ham Blitzer. I think that I should have a good mastery on this. Let's see. Mastery 4. What am I missing here for Mastery 5? Just the LiDAR. What are we currently working on? Torpedo. Oh, I have it all the way at the bottom. Let's see. Skill at hardening LiDAR sensors against hostile electronic countermeasures. Now, so against jamming and stuff. Could be. Right. Well, I think that torpedo use case I don't have as much. Let's just get this going. I don't know why it was all the way at the end. Maybe I had looked at this before and just said add it to the queue and added it to the end. So 6 days. I've got one of the mega boosters in, 271 hours on it still. So, which by the way, we do have the Caldari, the Caldari Union Day pack. I think that has a booster in it. It has an advanced. The advanced is going to be what, an 8 plus 8, I think. And this has all these skins, limited time. And you'll notice that there's 2 of these showing. Oh wait, I only included 1 in the pictures. Oh, clumsy me. There's actually 2 of these. There's one for the Phoenix, and then there's one for the Lancer version as well. All right, Republic Fleet EMP. Let's see if I have any of this. Actually have some sitting down at Heck. A little bit, don't I? One at Fanar. Really? That's near Heck. Vegeta 2 market consumables, 67,000 of them. I'm going to fill that's Republic Fleet EMP. All right, so I'm going to load up this this ship. And so we're going to take a few tractor units. Oh, I don't have a secondary character down there to scoop up stuff. Let me think about that for a moment. One, what about salvage drones? Even want to salvage with that character. I have Tech 1 salvage drones with me. All right. All right, we'll take a few salvage drones. And then I think I'm gonna take a blockade runner. Bit on this. .04. It's 2.87. 3 ticks, 4 ticks. All right, where is it? I have far too many ships in here. I have got to get rid of some here. All right. Years away, still playing? Yeah. Yeah, I am still playing. All right, is there... I'm gonna have to do some lower end missions. Wonder if I take a... That's EMP. I think I'm just going to run with this at the moment. I do have a paladin down there, which I might just have to refit a little bit. God, it's such a long trip. It's crazy. we go.
Warp drive active.
All right, there is a giveaway today, exclamation point giveaway. I forgot to get the giveaway ready announcement for last month's giveaway for Eve for today, so it's gonna have to be tomorrow. I'll have to prep it all after the show or something. It's a big one. It has 12 codes in it, so it takes a few minutes. I can't just push a button on this one because our system doesn't have the ability to deliver 12 codes at once. So I kind of have to do this one a little bit more manually. So here. I have storms coming in. Right. I just noticed it got all dark outside. We made it through the hurricane okay. Hurricane Idalia missed us by
Drive active.
about 20 miles on the kind of the cone of just major destruction around it. 20 miles from here, enough destruction that the president visited. So yeah, pretty devastating 20 miles from here. And then I wonder, is Rushlock streaming? Rushlock came and stayed at my place for a few days because he was without power, and then yeah, I don't see him streaming, so he probably is still without internet. Lee's looking concerning. Oh, I don't think Lee is very concerning. I think that maybe it might hit Bermuda. I don't think it's gonna hit us, but so we were about 20 miles out of the real heavy disaster zone, and last hurricane to come through here was 1896. So it had been a very long time. And so I don't expect that I'll see another one that bad in my lifetime. Who knows? It's always good to be prepared. But it's one of the reasons that we moved to where we are here in
Warp drive active.
Florida, because the very low chance of getting hit by something. All right, those of you who have been here since the start of the show can probably make your first claim. You have to claim your first drop in order to get the second drop timer going. And you can switch between Eve shows, so you don't have to get it all from me, or whatnot. So I mean, I don't mind if you spend all your time with me. I'm just saying you don't have to. As long as you're with somebody else that's on the drops list. It is not every Eve streamer, it's only Eve partners. So, yeah. Alright, Nidox just got his first drop. Someone else, now he's going to hang out here. Alright, welcome. So we have a little bit of a trip in front of us. We're heading down toward Amar. When I get close, I'll dock up and try and find a place to work out of that's out of the way. I'm gonna have to do, I don't think I qualify for level 4 missions yet. So I'm gonna have to do a couple of level 3s. Get like halfway down there and then we'll check for if there's something close by or not. By the way, seeing this customer here that I need to help. If you guys need any of the skill point packs and you didn't get in on the last version of them, we still have a bunch of them. They're at the bottom of our Eve page. And they are discounted. And then you can use a coupon code on top of it, ! coupon. And so if you haven't gotten those before, you can. I also learned something new. You guys want a little secret on double dipping on some of these things that say you can only do one? Finish up with this customer and I'll tell you about it. A little bit of a double dip available. All right, customer all taken care of. So here's the double dip. If you bought, say, platinum pack from us or something like that, like the version 3 platinum pack, it is one per account. But if you go into NES, then you can buy it again. Because there's a difference.
Warp drive active.
There's a slight difference to it. I'll show you what that is. In ours, I think it comes with Plex. Let me look here. All right, so here's the platinum pack. Well, it comes with 90 days Omega, 1500 Plex, and then 650,000 skill points and stuff. And then in game, we'll get to our next jump, and then I'll bring up the NES. Yes, and Nick Paw is right on point. He says the NES doesn't give you Plex since that seems weird to pay Plex to get Plex. Correct. Since it doesn't give the Plex, sometimes what they do is they give additional Omega time. And so This one, 90 days Omega. Yeah, let me just get through this gate and get the next jump started, and then we'll look on here. Man, this is a long system. All right. Getting going. On our way to Udema.
Warp drive active.
All right. In the end. Oops, that's the agency. NES store. And then here's the platinum pack for 2145 Plex. Says 150,000 skill points. 30 days Omega time, 500,000 skill points. Really? That's very interesting. It is way different. 150,000 skill points? Or this is 650,000 skill points? Wow. This is 90 days Omega, so 30 times 3. 10 skill extractors. Oh, 650,000 skill points. Well, where's the other ones? God, I wish you could see this better, everything that was in it. I don't see 650,000 skill points. I only see 150,000. Oh, there it is, 500,000 skill points. So anyway, they are just a tad bit different, 90 days. I think that they must have adjusted the Plex price accordingly because they don't give more Omega time. I have seen even other packs that do give more Omega time because of that. So, yeah. If you are here and you don't know that drops are happening for Eve and that you can get some free stuff, exclamation point drops in Twitch chat. It's not working for YouTube. I'm sorry. Those of you watching on YouTube, doesn't work that way. If I had it my way, it would work equal, but it's not my way. Here I can show you on mine. Refresh this. So I'm 7% in now on the Astero partner skin, which I have a couple of those already. But it's because I'm a partner. Gracious Marsalis. 38 months as a sub. All right, buddy. Thank you for the support. Nice to see you. 1,140 gold. Everybody here in your honor. Right. So, we're going to go with Empire Family Direct to get these Amar standings. And I think I'm going to be able to start out on level 3 and only have to do a couple of them. I don't know, we're going to see. I'm going to end up doing them in an OP ship for level 3 missions, but see how it goes.
Warp drive active.
Got 2 ships in here. I got my Goham Blitzer, and then I got a Blockade Runner. And then I do have a deep space transport that's down in this area in case I need it. In case I have a special mission that requires transportation, because sometimes the specials are a transpo mission and not a shoot 'em up mission, not a security mission. So how's everybody doing? How many of you here who are EVE players are playing Starfield as well? Is it my imagination, or are the play numbers, number of players logged in, about 15% off of normal? I've been playing Starfield. My viewership is not nearly as high on it. My videos are not getting nearly as many views as my EVE stuff, but I'm enjoying the hell out of the game. Furby, you're 60 hours in so far? Jesus. Thought I was doing pretty good at like, I'm at like 35 hours in or something. You haven't gotten Starfield yet, but you plan to? Yeah. Another thing that's going on with Starfield is like the Xbox Game Pass that has it included in it. If you like playing a lot of games, might be able to get it cheaper that way. But you only get access to it while you have the Xbox Game Pass. I don't know how much it costs per month. So yeah, so it's a pretty good game. I'm enjoying it. There's a lot of videos and stuff out there saying about, you know, all the tips and tricks for it and everything. And I've looked at a few of those, but I've decided that I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. I'm not going to go and try and be OP right away and stuff, because I'm enjoying the game, which means I don't want to finish it. If you know what I mean. Like, once you finish it, then what? You know, I know that there's the New Game Plus. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do everything in just the first iteration of it. So anyway, Starfield is a recommended from me. You know, it's what, 60, 70 bucks? Will you get 60 or 70 hours out of it? I think so. That's my measurement for whether or not I put money in. It's like, if I put 50 bucks on this game, am I going to get 50 hours out of it? If I think the answer is yes, then I do it. 90 bucks Canadian on Steam. Yeah, the exchange rate.
Warp drive active.
$119 Australian dollars. Wow. Yep, again, exchange rate. Elliot John says, happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday back to you and everybody. Tend to get ripped. Well, it has all to do with market power of your currency. So, yeah, it, you know, and on like the flip side, the euro is usually stronger than the dollar, than the US dollar. And so those of you who live in Europe and using euros, like today it's dollar and 7 cents or $1 and 8 cents. And so something that effectively, if we had something in our store that was $108, you would get it for 100 euros. And then we don't charge VAT on top of it or anything. But then you have a currency exchange rate. A lot of times using a credit card could be 2 or 3%, something like that. And so it takes off of that. But then you use a coupon code. You're saving money, getting your Eve stuff through us. So I see our sales go up and down from Europe depending on how strong the euro is against the dollar. I can tell you that at $1.07, let's just call that one rate. And then if it were $1.15, like twice that, then we would have nearly twice as many sales come from Europe using the euro. But it fluctuates up and down. Last year at one point, it was 0.98. It was the first time that the US dollar had been stronger than the euro in, like, I don't know, a long time. Many, many years. And at that point, it was costing Europeans more to buy from us. So, sales went down to us from Europe. Yeah. All right. So I went out, I'm still taking these law enforcement classes, which have to do with another channel that I've been working on. I think it's !police in Twitch chat. And last night I worked on stuff with canines. We worked with 3 police dogs, and I got a couple pictures of them. I don't think I have them ready to view yet, but we did some work with police dogs, and then we did we also did drunk driving field sobriety tests. So now I can unaccurately give you a field sobriety test if I think you were drunk driving. When I say unaccurately, it's because I know a bit about it, but not nearly enough. These law enforcement classes, by the way, I am not taking them because I'm going to become a police officer or anything. It has to do with the other channel that I am doing, which is a community project, and yeah, there it is. What about drunk flying? I will not pull you over. I will just shoot you. Yeah. This other project, I'm gonna be donating half the earnings off of the channel once it gets monetized. Half the earnings are gonna go back towards stuff for our local police department, stuff that does not get funded through the city and stuff. Like, we just did a thing where we got booties for all the dogs, which may sound really funny or whatnot, but we're in Florida, and the city does not provide booties for the police dogs, so that if they have to work on hot asphalt, which they don't have to often, but sometimes they do, that they burn their paws. And so since they don't have to very often, the city doesn't provide that. And so we just did a thing where we're providing each officer that's a canine officer, which we have 4 of them, in our town. 4 of them have canines. They're all being provided a set of booties so that if in the instance that they need to, they can equip them. So kind of like I do with body armor and sniper rifles for Marine Sniper. Yes. The police dogs here, some of them do have Kevlar vests. Not all of them. Some of them do. And to prevent them from being stabbed or shot. We have had a police dog killed here before by the suspect that they were chasing after. So,
Drive active.
and then some other little things like, you know, maybe just some of the cool stuff that the city doesn't provide. Like, one of the police dogs has a badge on his collar. It's kind of a mini badge. It's not very big. He has a badge on his collar indicating he's a police dog and everything. Thought, oh, you know, that'd be kind of fun to fund badges for the dogs. There's no mistaking them when you see them that they are a police dog. But, you know. You know how in, and by the way, Mike, thank you for the follow. You know how in video games that the quality of life stuff sometimes makes the most impact? Like it's the, you know, just the little features that are kind of like afterthoughts that just make things nicer. They don't make the game more playable or whatnot. Yeah, think of us as providing the quality of life stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, that's enough about that. But we did training last night on police dogs and field sobriety tests. I'm also doing the class with a little bit more. I'm also doing the class with a bunch of teenagers and young adults. They're like 16 through 20, and they're all interested in law enforcement, and so they're doing these classes as well. There's quite a wide range of people doing these classes, all the way from 16, and there's one lady that I bet you she's at least 80 who's taken the classes.
Warp drive active.
So, yep. And I got a new video today, which I haven't even looked at yet. Haven't edited up yet. Has about 15 cameras. I noticed that there was 911 call audio in it and stuff. I'm interested to get into it, see what the story is. That's what I try and do on the police video channel is tell a story. And it's not all fuck the police. In fact, there's none of that in there. And if we do have, what's really interesting is that if I do come across something on these videos then that makes the officers look bad, or if there was an officer indiscretion or something like that, which that stuff does happen, I have direct access to the chief, and I can interview him on that for his comments on how they handled the situation, so that it's like very much open, because people do make mistakes, but this way can include in there like if there was any retraining or disciplinary action, if was the officer fired, you know, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, anyway, okay, back to Eve. And let's get through these yellow systems,
Warp drive active.
and then we're going to dock up and we're going to take a look and see what kind of opportunities are available, how far away they are. Wow, so you live in such a small place, Tanker, that I remember the police force had brought a portable communications device with them because the township didn't have the money. When they left the car, they had no communications back to the base. Oh, so no radio on the officer. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, well, you know, all the defund the police going on in the United States and stuff. There's a lot of that. There are some places now that actually have no police force. So then county and state has to take over. All right. Let's talk about Eve. So, we can also talk a little bit more about standings. The higher your standings in, so when you're selling, buying or selling at a station, your standings with the corp that owns that station is half of your tax stuff. Then the stately figure, like the Amar state level, you know, what do they call it, faction level, is the other part. And so because I don't have any with Empire family at all, and I put a bunch of stuff for sale in Amar, I'm paying, what is it, like 2% more or whatever, maybe 2.5% more. And if you look at this, that I've sold 89.5 billion in the last 30 days. What is 2% of 89.5 billion? Is that 1.6 billion? So I've paid an extra 1.6 billion in fees if all of my sales were through there. I only half of them are. But you know, it's a lot of money. That 2 billion could go in, or 1.5 billion could go into another nice mission chip.
Warp drive active.
The bowhead here, nobody typically messes with the bowheads, and it's a little over 3 billion. It's got some of this other stuff in it that I have in the cargo hold, but nobody typically messes with the bowheads. They're really tanky. I'm at 665,000 EHP without anything being turned on. Oh, 707 with the stuff being turned on. If I overheat these, 723. And so they're just hard to kill, and you can use the trick that you've seen me using, which is cycling my propulsion once right after I hit warp. It gets me to warp in 10 seconds. So interesting. Listed, you only have state and federal in Australia, no local. All right. Here, the cities want autonomy. We have city, state. No, we have city, county, state, and federal. 4 levels, possible 5 levels. Like, we have a level here for the schools as well. There's an officer at every school during school hours. All right, we'll go through this next system and then, or actually, can I bring it up while? Oh yeah, I can bring it up here while we're flying. Mission agents, security agents, and then highest available, any distance, Amar Empire, Empire Family. It says I have a 2.0 with Empire Family. I didn't see them though. Oh, it's Emperor Family, not Empire. Emperor. Wow. I have to get all the way down in there.
Warp drive active.
And I don't want to be running them out of Amar. So this one's 20 jumps. .08 system. Or are there 2 mission agents here? Well, they're ones. No, we're not going to do ones. We need to do 3. Yeah, I only have a few here available to me. How far is Kihor away from? Only 2 jumps. It's not far enough away. Need to be further away. This one might be okay. I'm only gonna be running a few level 3s. 2, 3, 4. It's 5 jumps away. See what the area looks like down there. And we'll get our next jump in before I bring up the map. Ah, tanker, you're less than 3 days out from being able to fly an onerous Logi ship. You know, those can be made quite tanky and be quite fun with PvP.
Warp drive active.
All right. So let's take a look at the map here. Currently at, and then this is lower end systems. They're kind of middle of the road. I like to work a lot in, like, you know, 5s stuff. All right, this looks fine for starting with, so we're gonna remove the Amar waypoint and keep going here. Once we're land, we'll do a few missions. I am hauling a mission ship. Fitted mission ship. This is not contract hauling. So, those of you who are watching on Twitch, make sure you've connected your Eve account with your Twitch account. There are drops, and we have 3 of them available on the channel right now. And you can collect this exclamation point drops in Twitch chat. I got the first one, which I don't know, it's gonna be some booster or something like that. I am 37% of the way in because I'm watching myself. I've got my own other thing here. I'm making my own drops. And
Drive active.
let's see here. I'm 38%. The Astero skin, and then there's Stratio skin. Both very nice skins. So you can get in on those. I need to get another drink. Which means I need to dock up. I'm not sure that I can get one while flying. Yeah, I get drops by watching myself. Yeah, it just kind of is happening that way.
Oh yeah, another dragon boarding the train.
Big Tomagoo.
All
Look at
aboard.
that. What the
Choo, choo.
fudge?
Yay for Drop's party hat.
101 months at tier 3. Guys, this is gonna be such a fat payout. Oh my god, 40,400 gold to everybody here in honor of Big Toe Magoo. Is that the biggest we've ever paid out? I don't know. But 40,400 gold to everybody here in honor of Big Toe Magoo. 101 months as a sub. And he's bumped it all the way up to tier 3. Thank you. Thank you very much. The tier 1, it's like 50-50 split. Tier 2, it's like a 60-40, I get 60. Tier 3, I think I get like 75%, something like that. So more of your support goes to me than to Twitch, which I thank you for. So, yeah. You thought your T3 94 months was a lot? Well, that is a lot. 94 months at tier 3 is a shit ton as well. I mean, seriously. Yes, drops are active. All right.
Warp drive active.
I'm gonna see if I can go grab another drink without putting the show in away mode. Be right back for the next gate. Look at that. I made it back. How about that? The bowhead's slow. Don't forget that if you are collecting the drops, you have to go in to that drops page, !point drops, and you have to hit claim on the first one before it will start accruing time to the next one. I guess it's designed so that you can't just turn on the stream, leave it on your computer, and go to work. Or whatever. Actually takes just a little bit of effort on your part. So I get it. But I was seeing complaints during testing of the Twitch drops where people are like, what the hell, man? I watched the whole show on CCB's channel and I only got the first one. Well, it's because I didn't hit claim. I also think that you have to have the video playing, and you may have to have audio. Oh, we got a hype train. And in which case, just, you know, mute the browser through your volume control stuff so that it thinks it's still playing the audio. I don't know if the audio is required, but I know that they can tell now whether or not you're listening to the audio. No requirement for audio for drops. Okay, good. I will just believe you. So we have a hype train going, level 2. All right. And Demon's Wolf, thank you for the sub. About 1,000 gold, everybody here. It is September. You get some sort of discount on subs. And then you reward everybody here with some gold. Fake money that means nothing, but it's fun to use for the dungeon runs. Like there's a dungeon raid going on right now. You can get in on it. Exclamation point raid space. Got to put in at least 10 gold. You can put in more. More people that are in on it, the more
Warp drive active.
you have a possibility of winning. A percentage. Lowest percentage, I think, is 50% if you make it out alive. So if you put in 100 gold, you'll come out with 150. If you survive, you may be eaten by a dragon. Oh, we're going through Wrens. Have stuff in Wrens. Alright, I don't think I have anything worth picking up. I have a bunch of loot in Wrens. Huh. Can I fly this? Does it have a fit on it? Oh, it doesn't have a fit. Alright.
Welcome, Elder Dragon. So, you think you're worthy of being a Markee Dragon subscriber? Duke isn't so sure of that.
It doesn't have a fit on it either. Alright. Oh, look at that! Tanker just gifted some subs. Very nice. So, that put us in level 3 hype train. Thank you, Tanker. Let's see here. You gifted a sub to Lissid. Okay. So 1,000 gold to everybody here. In your honor. Thank you for that gift sub. I read it as 5x. That's how many you've gifted total. I guess it says how many you've gifted total. So thank you for that, Tanker.
Active.
Much appreciated. Bet you Lissid likes that too. It's always good to target somebody if you can. Somebody who's active here in the community who's not currently a sub.
JCK Wagon cheers. X1000.
Look at that. 1,000 bits. Jackwagon. Let me see if I can turn up the volume on that. Here. Alright, I think I got the volume turned up on that. I turned it down. I'm wearing headphones again at the moment, just because it was easier with Starfield stuff, because there's so much talking in it, and my mic was picking it up on it. Alright, Jackwagon. Yep. 1,000 gold, or 1,000 bits, equals 10,000 gold. Everybody here in Jackwagon's honor. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. And then Altanta is 200 bits. All right, have another 200 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you, thank you.
active.
Hello, Jay. Oh, look at all them red flashies all of a sudden. All right. They most likely just hit somebody else, but they could be flying to this gate to meet on the other side. Try something. We're a little bit high security here for that. Or they could have just ganked somebody else and they're coming back to a base. That's probably more likely because of the security in this system. If they're in big ships, they could make an attempt at me. But I don't think that's what's going on here. I suspect that they've already hit somebody. And they're coming in here into a station. They're still in here. They're not at this gate. They're not going to be on the other side of the gate. They're not going to be a problem for me. The security in here is a little bit high for them to try, too. Not that they can't. I mean, like, people even get ganked in, like, Jita. It just, they have to throw a lot more ships at it.
Warp drive active.
All right, hype train's over. Thank you, everybody. Choo-choo. I said gankers make you really chew your teeth into dust.
Welcome,
Yes.
Elder Dragon.
Well, you just have to be prepared
you think
for
you're
them.
worthy of being a Markee Dragon subscriber? Duke isn't so
Hey,
sure
Shade.
of that. Get in line with the other dragons and show me what you're made of. What are you waiting for? Get over there before I open a can of whoop ass.
1,000 gold, everybody here in Nice Shade's honor. Thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Am I going to play Starfield later? No, not today. We're going to do Eve today and tomorrow, and then we'll go back to Starfield for a bit. And then there might be some special stuff going on around FanFest that might start before the FanFest shows. Maybe some special events. I'm not sure. I do know for sure, I've seen it, that CCP is going back to their more regular
Warp drive
kind of monthly
active.
event stuff next month. And it's not this missing event stuff along with the promotion. So there's going to be what is it in October? What do they call it? I forget. I actually have a list of the events. October is usually Crimson Harvest. And so, anyway, that event is going to happen. You know, they change it up every year, but it will be happening. So I think that this, you know, last, I don't know, maybe it's been all this year. They've replaced all the annual events with stuff having to do with the faction warfare stuff and everything, and that's fine. I missed them. I wish they would do them at the same time as the faction warfare stuff. Because I tried doing some of the faction warfare stuff and I just found that solo, I wasn't getting where I wanted to be with it, you know? So I do hope that they kind of get back into that. I'd rather see it in addition to, rather than as a replacement, because the Crimson Harvest stuff, you know, you go out and do your missions. Sometimes it's a grind. Get some cool skins, and you know, some other good loot, and have a good time.
Active.
So yeah, they had a lot of people focused on it. Yeah, and there may have been, the numbers may have indicated that it was the right thing to do. Hidden drop, 30,000 hours of watching Twitch will get you a Nix. There is no such thing. Squiz is making shit up. I happen to know this because you can't have time accrued. You could make something like that, but you can't have time accrued on a drops campaign if the campaign is not visible. Yeah, I don't believe you can get any time accrued on anything if it's not visible. Unless they did it like directly on the CCP channel, which they've done their own thing. So Markee gets 12 subs in 10 minutes. He gives out a Nix. That is also bullshit. I only give out thanks for that, not Nix. Yes. Yeah, Squiz would never. Mm-hmm. Squiz and I are going to get together over FanFest and hang out. I think there's going to be some barbecue and some bourbon involved too. Free council diplomatic shuttle. I thought I saw something for free in here when I was in here earlier and I forgot to come back to it. All right, I'll take it for free. All right. Another Caldera Union Day skins going on in here. I have this one from my Osprey Navy issue.
Welcome, Elder Dragon. So, you think you're worthy of being a Markee Dragon subscriber? Duke isn't so sure of that. Get in line with the other dragons and show me what you're made of. What are you waiting for? Get over there before I open a can of whoop ass.
All right, so Grindhouse fan, thank you for subbing. 1,000 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you for that support. I appreciate it. According to your wife, you're always full of shit. Squiz. Correct her that it only goes so high because you have blue eyes. Guess you got lucky.
Warp drive active.
Maybe they decided to give away those free shuttles because they did do some drops when they were testing the drops of a diplomatic shuttle skin. And then maybe the price went way up on those shuttles. Boy, it's a long trip. Going to an area far, far away.
Warp drive active.
Alright. See, I have some bookmarks for the 24th Imperial Crusade stores, Faction Warfare store here. I do need to transfer all the LP from my guys to my corp and then spend it, you know. Yes, and here's some of the new faction warfare gates. They are built up with some facilities.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Man, it may sound funny, but even though I'm just flying this really long distance, I don't know why, but I enjoy it. Maybe it's because I like space trucking. I feel like I should be bored, but I'm not. So, let's talk about FanFest, which is coming up here in, what, 2 weeks? How many of you think, like I do, that we're going to see some of Eve's first-person shooter coming from FanFest? If any of you are at FanFest and able to play it or whatnot, get a recording. Would love to see it, unless they tell you you can't. So I really want an Eve-based first-person shooter that somehow ties in with the legend and lore of the game. They don't have to tie together like Dust did. That's a nice tie-in, though. You know, you're battling for stuff on the planets with planetary resources is what that was. And then you could have Eve ships come in and do aerial bombardments, throwing bombs basically down at the areas. It's been a long time ago since that one. First-person PI factory operation. You know, if there was some sort of gameplay that was like satisfactory or something like that, that had a tie-in to planetary interaction or whatnot, I would then do PI. I would. I think it'd be awesome. You want an FPS that's as complex as the space sim? I think you actually don't, Grindhouse. I mean, that your comment makes sense, but
Drive active.
if it's as complex as Eve itself, which one, that couldn't happen, because Eve has so many years of development into it, it could just never catch up. The balance of it could be an issue. Now, if it built up over time, and like something like Tarkov, that could be interesting. Or even something that's first-person shooter that goes as far as like 7 Days to Die type stuff. You know, to where you're fighting off Fidos instead of zombies. Rabid Fidos. Yeah. It could be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing an FPS that had good stuff, or maybe like Rust. You know, but in a very Eve theme. Like, we're all Minmatar down there, using rust and duct tape to hold our houses together. I don't think we're going to see anything like that. Feels like it's going to be a simpler first-person shooter. It's going to take place on space stations or something like that. But I think that we're going to see the announcement of it. I mean, they've already talked about it a bit, but I think we're going to see something meaty, substantial at FanFest. Because what's the bomb they're going to drop at FanFest? Has anybody got you know, any thoughts on that? Like, I haven't seen anything other than that. Like, I haven't heard anything. I try and keep pretty in tune with that. And in fact, I haven't, I mean, I have a lot of insider information from time to time on different aspects of things, but I never talk about what I, you know, what I know for a fact in public on that. And I can tell you that I don't know what the bomb is going to be. Oh, that the Jove are coming? Okay. Oh, okay, so the systems that the gates are in, yeah, so the Jovian gates are there. I understand that we had to figure out how they worked or whatever before they would open up. They're probably going to open up over FanFest. What do you think? Yeah, I think the Jovian regions are going to be opened up. All right. Squiz, you bringing a laptop so you can play Eve? So, yeah, that could be interesting. I will not be doing any shows on the FanFest days. I am going to sit back and soak it up. Quiz and I are going to hang out together, possibly one other person that you guys know.
Warp drive active.
And,
Welcome, Elder Dragon.
barbecue.
So, you think you're worthy
Bourbon.
of being a Markee Dragon subscriber?
And Eve.
Duke isn't so sure of that.
Godfather.
Get in line with the other
Y2K.
dragons and show
Brand new
me
sub.
what you're made of. What are you waiting for?
1,000
Get
gold,
over
everybody
there
here.
before
In
I
your
open
honor.
a can of whoop ass.
Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated, Godfather. Yeah, so I think that the Jovian comments about the Jovian regions being opened up during FanFest, I could see that. I can see them showing off the first-person shooter that they've been working on. Maybe we even get. Wouldn't it be amazing if they like finished the game in silence and everything, and they announced that, oh, here's the first-person shooter, and guess what? It releases today. We're probably going to end up with some beta of it. But man, it sure is nice to have a game come out and have it be like polished from the start. Kind of like Starfield. Feels very good right from the start. And then I think that also Baldur's Gate 3 probably falls into that category. You know, 2 games that have come out in this last year that have really hit the mark and feel really well done. You know, instead of the early access BS.
Warp drive active.
But I mean, you know, I don't think that CCP would put the funding and development time into being silent and then just instant release, because it's a lot more expensive to do it that way. They also last year, or within this last year, took investment funds on a game that's Web3, which is blockchain, and something to do with the Eve universe. They wanted to put, you know, the Web3 stuff into Eve or whatnot, but players were so boo hiss hiss about it that they backed off from that, which I'm glad they did, because like the NFT stuff, man, that just turned out to be a huge bomb, didn't it? Like, not in a good way. I know that they're working on something that's Web3. They announced it during GDC in March. I was there. I talked to some people at CCP about it a little bit. My only comment to them was it needs to be transparent to the players that it's Web3.
Warp drive active.
Because players don't care about that. Players care about the fun. How the transactions happen in the background and everything. We don't care. I mean, a few people do. But most of us just want to play the game. And if they were like using blockchain for all the item stuff here in Eve, so that they could make it transportable into the first-person shooter or something like that, you know, that where you can send stuff both ways and they can be a harmonious environment, and then, you know, maybe include a third game in it or whatnot. It's all this, you know, Web3 stuff. I'm down for that, as long as the interface all happens within the game and we're not all running miners on our machines trying to gamify the monetization of it. We just want to play the game. So yeah, Starfield is great. We're doing a couple days of Eve and then we'll go back to Starfield for a week or so, and then I think we're probably gonna have some more Eve content, especially as we get right up next to FanFest, which is only like 2 weeks away. So it's very close to happening. I have my drops going. Have you got your drops going? I'm at 80% on the Astero partner skin. And then you got to hit claim on it in order to get the next timer going. Exclamation point drops in Twitch chat. You had to reload a save from 2 hours before in Starfield? Yeah, I lost 45 minutes due to a crash. Saves have been the key. I've only run into one error in the game so far, and I think that's pretty good. I have like 35, 37 hours in it, something like that. And just one crash, no other errors or anything. So I feel like that's been pretty good. Getting close. We're only 9 jumps away now. So the claim thing wasn't a thing in the past. You know, the claim thing, if there's only one drop, you may not have to claim. In this case, this campaign, There's 3.
Warp drive active.
Oh yeah, another dragon boarding the train.
There's an autoclaim
All
on
aboard.
BLTV. Interesting.
Choo choo.
Get Freak. 11 months as a sub. Thank you, buddy. 110 gold. 110 gold. I had to think for a second there. 110 gold to everybody here in Get a Freak's honor. Thank you, thank you.
Oh yeah, another dragon boarding the train. All
Only
aboard.
sidearm.
Choo choo.
7 months. Excellent. Another 70 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Sidar. The one and only. All right. By the way, on the drops, they work on my channel. They work on all Eve partner channels. So if I were to, like, I don't know, get struck by lightning and go offline. No, I don't want that to happen. Then could you can go watch somebody else, get your time in, or others can come here. It's cumulative across all your partner channels.
Warp drive active.
It says I have 920 items sitting in a MAR. I'm not going to do it on the weekend. Grabbing some of the stuff out of low-sec down here. I'll do that on weekdays. When low-sec is a little less hostile. I have a little bit more survivability chance.
Warp drive active.
All right, almost into a MAR. Oh, you dropped undocked your main man in a Mar the other day by mistake. Didn't notice the mistake before you got insta-locked and popped. Was that because he was at war? Being horde. Yes, okay. So, yeah, this character is neutral, so I won't have that problem with him. I do have a horde character that's just a few jumps away from here, though, and he is not going to go to Amar. He is at war. Yes, looks like 9 or 10 war decks on him. Alright, we are in Amar. But we are not staying here. We're going a few more jumps out.
Warp drive active.
It's always two characters sitting at 0 and Amar popping war targets. Yeah, I mean, why not? Right? I would. Sit there with a nice tornado or something, or maybe something bigger. Guy just blew right past me. He must fly faster than me. I wonder how he's fit. That was interesting.
Warp drive active.
Is over there, I think. Which one of the 4 normal freighters is my favorite? The Obelisk. Brick tanked. It equals the smallest amount of cargo size, what, 364,000 or something like that? But it is the tankiest, and you will be left alone a lot more than if you are flying, say, a Charon, the Amar one. I don't recommend. See, when I'm brick tanked, I actually can fly with a billion and a half on autopilot everywhere. I don't get messed with that much in my cargo hold. But, you know, unless somebody's really out just to get a kill or whatnot. But it takes the most resources on the ganker's part to gank an obelisk that's brick tanked as compared to the other ships. And so you'll get messed with less. It is the slowest to warp time. And stuff, but you know, it's less stressful, and you don't cargo expand them. If you're needing to carry something like you know, if you need to carry something like a body for an orca or something like that, you'd have to cargo expand. And you have to be more careful. But beyond that, if I have stuff that I can't fit into my obelisk, and it takes, and the value is too high, or the value is too high, I contract it out. I pay other people to haul it. When it comes to my own stuff, obviously, if you're running contracts, well, then you only accept stuff that will fit to your standards, which is like, you know, what'll fit while you're brick tanked and, you know, be like 2 billion or less in value. And then if you get scanned just before you're hitting Udema, whatever, then you dock up for 20-30 minutes and then continue on your way. You not only dock up, but you log out. They think, oh, his destination must have actually been right there. And you're logged out. They don't know where you went. If you stay logged in, they know you're sitting in the station, and they might place somebody watching the station for you to undock. But if you log out, they just don't know. And so they're not going to stick around and watch. In most cases, they wouldn't stick around and watch. So I am just about at my Astero partner skin here. And then I'll have to be sure to click claim in order to get it to go on to the Stratios one. Yes, the obelisk is the ugliest looking of all the freighters. I mean, it's like some giant potato monstrosity, but it is the right ship for the job. Interesting.
Warp drive active.
Seeing someone who I've got tagged here as a problem. Right next to the system where I'm gonna do a little work. If we have others in the system that I know are gonna be a problem, then I will just go find someplace else. Then use an arc for a jump freighter, or you use an arc for jump freighter? Yeah, I have a few different jump freighters. With jump freighters, I don't think that it matters as much, because if you do it right, you never get messed with. But you can do it wrong. I've never lost a jump freighter. I have come close, though.
Warp drive active.
Jump freighters can be more tanky than a freighter. Like, here's my jump freighter. He's currently alignment fit, and that's because he's in a high-sec system. But even alignment fit, he's 574,000. No cargo. Yeah. You can brick tank him and they'll be a lot higher. But they're worth so much that people will just go for the kill, even empty, in high sec. Which type of bulkheads? Just bulkhead 2s. I do not use any of the fancy stuff. It brings the cost too high. When you use like ore bulkheads, which give you just a little bit more, but they bring up your value by like 900 million. They're too high. They bring up the value too high. All right, we are making it to station. And am I able to claim here? I am. There we go. Claiming my Astero skin.
Docking permission requested.
4 hours on the Stratios one. All right.
Docking request accepted.
All right, so that ship out here, and then all right, for those of you on YouTube, next episode's gonna have some mission running in an OP ship, so you have to come back for that.